Right, so now we move on to the news. So it's Glastonbury news. So Paul McCartney has said that next year's Glastonbury Festival would be a COVID super spreader, as he does not expect it to go ahead. The former Beatle was supposed to headline it in 2020, and obviously it was cancelled. Emily Avis has advised that they're doing everything they can to make the festival happen in 2021, because apparently if they don't, they reckon it's going to go bust. But the Paul McCartney, however, told the Radio 4 that the festival is not currently in his diary for next year. And he says, 100,000 people closely packed together with flags and no masks is a super spreader, he said. So, I mean,
yeah. I think it's a super spreader of anything. In normal times, I guess.
Yes.
It's a lot of people gathering together. It's a big festival. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think he's saying the right thing?
I don't.
Or do you think he's going a bit OTT?
I don't agree with him whatsoever. I mean, the problem is how long can this go on before everything just goes bust and nothing will happen? Because there's, the industry can't go through another year of no gigs, and they just can't, can they? I mean, people will just lose all the jobs. Festivals will go bust because they haven't made any money. I mean, Paul McCartney is not what you call in his prime anymore at singing, is he? So bless him. So, I mean, if obviously he's worried about him, obviously because he's a certain age, perhaps if he thinks it's a bit risky, then he shouldn't do it. But he shouldn't.
I don't think he. I don't. By what you said there, I don't think he's concerned about himself as such.
No.
I think he's basically saying the festival will be
spreader.
Will spread the virus. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought. Old age. Yeah. Yes. Well, we're looking at the first half of 2021 to be pretty quiet at this rate. So we're bang in the middle of December right now, and the way things are going, January, by the looks found, so it is not going to happen. I mean, January is quiet anyway, normally. But there's January is always a good time when things are going to start. People start looking out for people and getting things together and bands together and sorting out diaries and all this kind of stuff. But that, I don't know. It's and yeah, Glastonbury is a big festival. So their safety measures are going to have to be huge. Anyway, I mean, some of the smaller festivals that have been able to go ahead this year have been able to go ahead because they're small and they've been able to kind of do 50% capacity and put in all the kind of social distancing and the square markers on the grass and all that kind of stuff. Glastonbury's a bit different because it works on people being able to move around extremely freely to different tents and different acts. And, Glastonbury's all about, seeing them thousands of people watching, the act, the headliner and stuff like that. So whether it can go ahead at all would be surprising. But when it comes to that time of year...
June, isn't it? June,
okay. Yeah, I'm not
be all right
sure,
by then.
But,
I was listening to a podcast.
Things could change. So
yeah, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they were in Texas. Basically, they said everything is carrying on there because how they test is you go into a restaurant, you do the test, temperature test and everything, and then you just carry on and sit down and carry on, and it's the same with bar. When you read the new, like they were saying yesterday, Isle of Man, that's COVID-free. Thailand's COVID-free. Parts of America are doing really well, and they're getting back to normal. And you're thinking, what is going on here? We seem to be going, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, and no one knows, we don't seem to be making any progress, do we? Really?
Well, no, no, we don't. It's all.
Been a year now.
Well, yeah, the whole of 2020 has been a write-off, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it has been affected throughout, and so we just have to wait and see what they do in the next couple of weeks and going into 2021, because I think probably within January, February, March we'll have a good idea of how 21's going to look, I think.
Yeah, by the time the vaccine all kicks in, then we'll see whether all these festivals can then go ahead. So I noticed a lot of them all doing this. Like I've just, we talked off air, I've just booked to watch Pete Tong tomorrow at the O2, and obviously it's a streaming event. So obviously if that works and they make enough money for it, then they end up, the only way gigs can go ahead is they can make these fabulous stages, can't they, at the O2 or some massive place where they can stage it and then have all the cameras and do it that way. So that's, with Glastonbury, I don't know how that would, the only way they could do it is if they built everything and then they filmed it, but then you can only watch it like pay-per-view.
It's not the same though.
It's not the same.
I've got the tickets to go and see the Eagles. It was meant to obviously be this year, but it's been moved to next year. And the Eagles are playing the whole Hotel California album with an orchestra, with a live orchestra. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard a live orchestra, but streaming it and being in the room with a live orchestra is two completely different things. And so I'd if that was the case, I'd probably be inclined to just cancel the tickets and get the money back. I'd rather see it live. Yeah, the Eagles with an orchestra and being in the room with that would be far better than seeing it on my crappy computer.
Well, it all depends, doesn't it, how the tests go between now and you said probably by the end of March we'll know, because in the UK they're up to about 230,000 vaccines now, aren't they? But I mean, there's like 60 odd million people here, so they've got quite a long.
Yeah.
At this rate, it's going to take them all year. So unless they come up with a procedure, don't they? That when you go to the O2, there's a quicker procedure. They go check, and they go right. Yep, you're fine. You can go in, but you must, and then the next person, and then they might end up doing that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure they are sorting it, because they have to have contingencies in, don't they? Because they think, well, we need to get something sorted. I'm sure there'll be something sorted.
Well, I don't think they're sorting it out now. I don't, because they have no idea what's going to happen. They don't want to. No, I don't think they're doing anything now. There's no point. They don't even know what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. I mean, we've had the results, the new kind of tier structure of where everyone's at, and in 3 weeks that's going to change. So at the moment, no, I don't think they're trying to. I know the West End's trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
But again, they're in tier 3 now. So all the pantos, all the productions that were going on have all been cancelled. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's not good. I mean, going back to it, so obviously we both hope that Glastonbury will go ahead, because it's an amazing festival, and for the, it'd be just amazing if obviously.
I've never been, so.
No, I've never been, so I can't stand. Although I gig, I can't stand crowded places. I hate it.
Yeah.
I think the only one I ever liked is when I went to see the Pet Shop Boys, and how they did it is like, you're in row A, B, C, D, and what you did, you ticket is you had to go to that section of that door. So there was only that section waiting to go in. So it actually didn't take you 5 minutes to go in, which I thought was brilliant, instead of all piling through one door. So that's the bit I hate, because then it takes you forever, doesn't it? But it was quick in, quick out. It was great. And how the car park was as well. You were parked in car park B, where your seating was in B. So it was brilliant.
Right, okay, yeah.
So anyway, we'll tie this up. So hopefully the festival will go ahead. It's an absolutely amazing festival, and me and Rich will be back with some more news between now and Well, whenever really, whenever some news comes in,
Yeah.
we'll be Johnny on the spot. So it's goodbye for me.
Well, it's goodbye for me.